The self-editing tool, ProWriting Aid, today on Writer Gadgets and Workflow. Hey everybody, welcome back to Writer Gadgets and Workflow. Okay, so first of all, I need to apologize. I am sorry it's taken me so long to produce some new content. I had the Bermuda Triangle of issues. One, work is nutso. I have a nutso job, and so I have been in nutso mode with my new job. Then my son, he's taking classes in this room, my studio, and when he hasn't destroyed it, he is taking classes in here. So my access to a space where I can actually, produce content and think has been diminished greatly because of my child. Pray for him. And lastly is that, I'm in this box set with a bunch of other authors, and I've been having to do a lot of tasks for that box set. So that has been keeping me busy, but I had to come back with some, what I think is really good content. Will really be helpful for a lot of writers out there. A gadget, another self-editing tool called ProWriting Aid. Now, as you guys know, I did a review, kind of a cons, pros, and demos of AutoCrit not too long ago, and because ProWriting Aid is hosting Romance Writers Week this week, I thought it was a great time to actually do a demo of ProWriting Aid so that you guys could see. One of the key differences between AutoCrit and ProWriting Aid is that ProWriting Aid is definitely a more affordable option, okay? For sure. It is cheaper. But it is cheaper. Is it good? Is it still good? Or are you going to be on the struggle bus with a tool that you're paying for? Well, I think we're going to answer some of those questions that you may have today. So stay tuned for the demo, which is coming up. And hopefully you'll get a lot out of this demo, and you can decide for yourself whether this tool meets your self-editing needs. Stay tuned. So I already have the screen up in order to make it easier to just to do the editing. So I'm going to just put in a chapter from one of my older books, okay? That is under revision, okay? So the first thing you see, right, is that we get a summary of all of the issues. It's interesting. Weak adverbs, unusual dialogue. Okay, so let's look at the summary. So this looks like there's 39 potential edits to make. Let's see what the summary says. Well, let's see what that says. Okay, real time off. Okay, we're turning real time back on. Got you. Let's see what the summary says. Style score increased to 100. Spelling score increased to 100. Sentence length. Readability. So these are the areas where I need to improve. And these are the areas where I'm looking good. Now, areas where your document. Okay, so those were the first three, right? Grammar. So let's find out what's going on with it. And we'll walk through all the edits that it found and see how this works. Now, in AutoCrit, the big difference is that you would have to except for running the grammar check that you would actually have to like sit with a thesaurus and figure out. Okay, this is cool. This is fantastic. I've used strong verbs. Okay, so you get a pretty good summary. Sentence length, brilliant. So I've done well in a lot of areas, and I've got some things to improve. Okay, so that's a good summary report. I'm happy with that. I mean, it's supposed to need work, because it's definitely under revision now. So we'll see. We'll walk through and see what kinds of edits that this um, comes up with. Okay, so the first thing we do is okay, so this is really interesting. What's really interesting about this is that in AutoCrit, you definitely do not get recommendations like this. Now, this feature like this is what I would normally see in Grammarly, right? AutoCrit definitely does not do this. Now, it will tell you that that it's passive voice, but it will not give you recommendations on how to fix it. You would have to fix that out. Now, for me, honestly, you know, you can go both ways. You can say, oh, it makes it easier for me to fix in this one. For me, actually learning how to fix it without the suggestions means that when I'm writing, I think about it more often. So the next book I write, I'm I remember the lesson and then I apply it. Whereas if I click it here, yeah, I may click it, but I'm not sure that I'm learning the same way. Um, Not that that's bad. Now, when you've just kind of just written something really quickly, and you really know the rules, but you just wrote it quickly and you need to fix it quickly, well, this can be a great tool to help you just make those changes very fast. But honestly, like, um, you know, depending on what you need, you really could go both ways on this. Okay, so let me see if the recommendations really, in terms of this, my style of what and my style of writing and what I was trying to convey. Let's see if any of their recommendations actually hit the mark. Okay, I equipped every no. They equipped no. We equipped every no. No. We equip every operator across. No. They equip no. No. So these don't hit the. Yeah. Um. But I get what the issue is, that it's passive voice and not active, and you can tell because there's a to be verb here. Um. And so what, based on what this book is about, yeah, I would leave it passive actually. So I would ignore this. All right. So it's interesting. So things like names, that's not how I want to spell his name. I don't want to spell it with an I. So I'm going to ignore that. I could put in a comma there. So this is interesting. I won't go through all of this, but suffice it to say that this is one big difference between AutoCrit and ProWritingAid, is that ProWritingAid gives you recommendations that you can just click through, versus you have to put a little bit more effort with put in a little bit more effort with AutoCrit. Okay, so I've done that. Let's see what other reports they have here. And I will go through this later, but let's see what else they have. Okay, so we've gone through the summary report. Let's see what the style report is. Okay. The style check, just a few things. Readability enhancement. So, oh, so if I want to see what that is, how do I see? 3 passive verbs found. We already know. I saw one of those. 1 long subordinate clause, that. 1 adverb found outside of dialogue. But the question is, like, where is it? Oh, I see. So this takes you to it? Is that what happens? Okay. So this, using the arrow key, takes you to it, wherever the thing is, the issue is. Okay, let's see what this. 3 passive verbs. There's really not a lot here, which is interesting. Okay, but we get the idea. Okay, readability, passive verbs. So those are the style issues that it identifies. All right, I'm going to skip grammar for now, and I'm going to skip the thesaurus for now because, like I said, these Grammarly things, these are the things that that the Grammarly or the grammar check would pick up. So let's see what overused words. I know there's got to be a lot in this. Oh my gosh, no overused words were found. That's insane. Okay, let's see what the I'm shocked, right? I was expecting to see some overused words. Now, mind you, I think the first pass on this I did like years ago. I wrote this years ago. I think the first pass I did on it, I actually did use AutoCrit. So, and this is one of the checks I run on AutoCrit. So what this tells me is that the AutoCrit worked. It kind of verifies that whatever I did on AutoCrit worked. All right, so no overuse words. Let's see what the combo is. Okay, the combo check. So it runs it on, okay, so I'm letting you guys know I'm running a sample. I'm using the, I'm not even on the trial, I don't think, because it says I can request a trial, or so I'm using the free version of this to run these reports and see how this works. Will I eventually subscribe? I don't know. I actually, looking at this, sometimes when I need to do a fast check and I want to just get some recommendations and not think about it, for seasoned writers, I could see where a seasoned writer who knows what they're doing, who just was rushing through stuff and is trying to get it quickly to the next level, might use this, tool really well. So could I see this? Could I see using this? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So this is what the combo check. Diction, vague words, wood down, sticky sentences, semi-sticky sentences, glue index. I'm not sure what that is. Passive verb, well, we've seen all that. Yeah, this is some stuff from the initial style check. Grammar issues, spelling issues. Let's see what grammar issues. Yeah. I imagine there's a few. I when I write dialogue and stuff, it's very colloquial, so it's not, it's how people speak. It's not necessarily, correct grammatically correct. So I expect to find some grammar issues. Will I fix them all? Not necessarily. But this is interesting. Yep. Interesting. Okay. So that's the combo. Let's see what all repeats is. Okay, so spies and cons. That's why their target this way, everyone's A. Frequent words or phases. Petrov for name, way, target, take, every. So it tells you the word and then how frequently it's been used. So the most something's been used, which is like in this case is a name. I'm not too mad at that, right? If the name's been used 4 times in one chapter, can I fix way? Probably. But, it would just be about going through here and finding what is. Okay, so here's something I might fix where I see time-worn brown leather shoes and then thankful my brown skin. So I might, change brown, this one to black and then leave brown skin here. That might be something I fix. That's interesting, but I think they said that it only checks the like first 500 or so words. Interesting. Okay. Now I don't know what echoes is. Let's see what that is. Echoes checks. 17 close repeats. Okay. Oh, I see. So this means that the repeat is very close together within the same chapter. I could see it here. Like this is something I'd probably fix. Weaknesses here. I might change this weaknesses. Their target here. Their target here. Understanding, not even in a separate sentence. It's all in the same sentence. Those are things I'd probably fix for sure. That's a good check. This is intentional. Some of it's intentional repetition. Some of it is I can fix it. So that's interesting. Okay. Very cool. All right, that's echoes. Structure. Sentence structure. Yep. 70% of sentences start with the subject. I mean, that's how we were raised, taught to write, right? Subject, verb, and whatever else. Subject, verb, clause. So the fact that I, follow the rules, that's not really, I don't know how valuable that actual tool is, but it's interesting to see anyway. Interesting. I don't know that that's something I would do. Echoes is for sure something I would want to use. The combo report is something I definitely want to use. The style report, definitely something I'd want to use. Okay, so I did check sentence structure. Let's see what length comes up with. Okay, so this should tell you like if all your sentences are the same length. You want them to vary in length quite a bit. So what this analysis does is show you how your sentences vary. And I think that's actually pretty good variance. What would be bad is if, say, you took this length and then straight down all your sentences were the same length. That's when it's bad. But to go up and down and up and down and up and down, that's actually good. That shows that you're varying your length pretty well. Okay. So that's not awful. Transitions. Highlights transitions in your report. Help organize ideas. Writing that is short on transition is often hard to follow. Zero transitions in 41 sentences. I'm not sure what the recommendation would be there. Okay, readability. Let's try that. This document is easy to read. 2 very difficult to read paragraphs. One slightly difficult to read paragraph. Operators could. Oh, here it is. So the red shows difficult to read. And this is a difficult to read. And then no one expects. That's this one. Slightly difficult to read. Interesting. Okay, something I would definitely go back and fix. Sticky sentences with glue words. 2 sticky sentences found. Reduce the number of glue words. Glue words would take more than the, of, or, to down. Ah, interesting. Okay. Let's see if this fixes the problem. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to run the sticky check again. Okay, I had two sticky sentences. Now I have 1 sticky sentence. So that's interesting. Okay. You saw me fix that one. I don't know. I have to read through it and see if it's something I would keep, but semi-sticky sentences. So that's interesting. I mean, yeah, some of those words, you could make some of the words stronger. All right, cliches. Let's see what the cliche check finds. Cliches and dialogue. Now, for me, cliches and dialogue are okay because people speak in cliche. Where you don't want it is a narrative. So if it's in, dialogue, which it is here, between quotes. To me, that's okay as long as you don't do it like all the time. But cliches and narrative is what you want to avoid. No cliches outside of dialogue. So that's good. Interesting. More reports. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Yeah, now these reports definitely align with what is in AutoCrit. Very interesting. Okay, so let's see what pacing says. Pacing says, this is my slow paragraph that I would need to go back and fix this one. I actually like this tool. Let's see what dialogue checks. Dialogue tags. This is interesting. Says, say. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. 2 dialogue tags and have say, but I also have said as a dialogue tag, which means that my tense is not consistent. That's something I definitely would want to go fix. Let's see what consistency says. That's interesting. Okay, just make sure you spelling consistency, capitalization. So the things that you capitalize, did you capitalize it in one place and not capitalize it in another? That kind of thing. Yeah. I just pasted in here. The quotes will go wonky. I have to replace those at the end after finished writing. Ellipses. Yes, using ellipses, to use those consistently. To use hyphens versus end dashes consistently. This is good. Yeah, these are good checks. That's definitely something that I would want to do at the end. Sensory. I'm horrible with smell. Look, I have one. Yep, most of the time smells where I suffer. My characters never smell anything, but everything else I usually hit. That's so funny. They see everything. They touch some stuff. They hear things, but they rarely smell. So it's funny. Sensory support. Use all 5 senses. Yes, you can see what I favor. This is a very good. This is a very good report to know that you could, where you could add in a sense. Very good. Very good report. Okay. Yeah, so to me, I really like this tool. What I would say is the big difference between this tool and AutoCrit is that this tool provides the recommendations, whereas AutoCrit does not. So this one to me is a combination of AutoCrit and Grammarly, which is not a bad thing. What I do like about AutoCrit is that you do have to put more effort into it, and that effort causes you to learn, and that learning actually makes you write better in the future. I'm not sure that you would get that same impact from getting a list of things and hitting getting the correct, getting recommendations and then clicking on the recommendation. If you didn't make that change, like really have to sit and think about making that change. Does it stick with you? Does the rule stick with you? Does the usage, how to apply it, does that stick with you? And then do you apply that in the future? Like, that's the thing. Because I can tell you, using AutoCrit has definitely helped me write better. My first drafts are all awful, but it does help me write better first drafts from, 10 or 11 years ago to today. I could say that a lot of the reason why I write better is because I don't want to see the red, green, and blue in AutoCrit when I run an AutoCrit report. That is facts. So there is definitely a lot of use in that. So, yeah, but ProWriting Aid is a great tool, as you can see. And if you need those recommendations, this is your tool. This is your tool. Okay, so let's see how much it's. I haven't paid for it. This is just the. This is just the. And it's not. It's not even the trial, right? Okay, this is interesting though. What I would want to do is wait until I could get. So my lifetime of AutoCrit was about half this price. I mean, I got it a few years ago, several years ago, but it was half this price. But this yearly subscription is significantly cheaper than AutoCrit's yearly subscription. So let me pull it. I don't even think I can pull it up because I do have a lifetime membership on AutoCrit. But so I don't think I could pull up the pricing. I could see. Let's see if I could pull it up to compare the pricing. But I think I told you guys before that ProWriting Aid was significantly cheaper than AutoCrit. I know that I told you that before. Okay, there you go. So $30 a month, and $297 annually, and this and ProWriting Aid, you can get a lifetime membership for just $100 more than AutoCrit's annual membership. So significantly cheaper, right? So this is definitely something to keep in mind. Again, I'm probably not the best person to recommend one over the other, but certainly if you don't have AutoCrit and you get ProWriting Aid, is that a loss? Absolutely not. There's some very valuable tools that will help you, with your writing. So you're definitely going to get a lot out of AutoCrit. Is it the same? I would have to like sit and run a couple of reports and see what I get back from both to see if ProWriting Aid for me has improved to the point where at one time years ago I picked AutoCrit over ProWriting Aid. So I don't know, if there's one that's better than the other right now. Like I said, I've just been using AutoCrit for a long time. So we'll see. That may be one of those future shows that I do to kind of compare the both and see what's the better value if you're a writer. But for right now, I could say get what you can afford. And if you cannot afford AutoCrit and you do need these kinds of features to help take your drafts to the next levels, ProWriting Aid is certainly a very good choice. And thank you guys for joining today. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of ProWritingAid. For me in my house, I have the lifetime membership of AutoCrit, and I will continue to use that. But do I see the value in ProWritingAid? Absolutely. Will I get it? I think I'm going to try a 1-year membership. And then we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm going to try a 1-year membership. And if I can get like a big discount on a lifetime membership, I may go ahead and get the lifetime membership. We'll see. But there are definitely some elements of this tool that differ from AutoCrit that I think I can get a lot of use out of. And will it make my work, considerably better? We'll see. So anyway, that is all for today. If you like the content, of course, please like and subscribe. And I got to tell you guys, I have a new gadget that is coming up in the next episode you must watch. It is going to be for those lovers of pen and paper. New writing gadget. We'll see if you like it. All right. See you next time. Thank you.